I'd like to call the February 2nd, 2026 City of LaPorte Common Council meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilwoman Huffman. Roll call, Clerk Treasurer Parthune.
Councilwoman Huffman.
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Present.
Councilman Galloway.
Here.
Councilman Frankie.
Here.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Present.
Councilman Buchanan.
Here.
Councilwoman West.
Here.
All present.
Approval of the January 5th, 2026 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to,
I'll make a motion to approve them as presented, and a thank you because they were quite long and detailed, so.
Do I have a second?
no.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We've got some positive news that is always happening in the community. Wanted to share for the public. Our LaPorte bowling teams, both men and women, or girls and boys, have had some great success this year, and Keith Gakel, head coach, like to bring him forward to share some of the great news from our teams. Welcome.
All right. First of all, thank you guys for having us. We really appreciate it. We've had a pretty remarkable season. The boys team was conference champions. We won the Holiday Classic for the first time ever, which is the longest running Indiana high school bowling tournament. It started year 1, so this is year 26, I believe. We finally won it. We also won the sectional. We finished 3rd at the regional. We finished 5th and the final advancing spot at Saturday's semi-state. And we will be competing at the state finals in Fort Wayne for only the 2nd time in school history on Valentine's Day in Fort Wayne.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And the ladies' side?
Also, in the individual side, Dalton Hines, who was also on our team, qualified for semi-state.
Dalton,
as an
raise your hand.
individual. As well as Kerrigan Blind and Leah Ratz qualified for semi-state as individuals this year as well.
That is fantastic. Plus, we all love your jerseys. It's stylish, but we're so proud of you. Do you mind bringing up the teams, both who we have here from the ladies and then the men, and we'll take a picture
Absolutely,
afterwards.
I'll introduce them as they come up. Kerrigan Blind, Leah Ratz, boys team, Tristan Worthington, Chandler Fisher, Dalton Hines, Rylan Shores, Owen
Yeah.
Barentine, Blake Barentine, and who did I miss? Raymond Reinholtz, I'm sorry.
Congratulations. Turn around, face. And assistant coach? I didn't.
Oh, my assistant coach is Chris Barentine, sorry.
Anybody like to speak on behalf of the team? Crowd? All good. What do you have to say to your hometown here?
It's just, we've been planning this all year, all last year too. It's just, it's a dream come true. We've been waiting, and this is our moment.
I will say one more thing. We didn't even realize this was an opportunity that was a potential until around this time last year, but because we qualified for the state finals, we're also qualified to bowl in the United States National High School Bowling Finals in Columbus, Ohio in June.
So, let's take a picture of that up around here. Mr. Frankie reminded that we put out a challenge to the team for our council a couple years ago, and you haven't taken it up on us. Are you guys scared of these? All right, come on in.
I'm right here. You get fine. I'm right here. Me too. Can't see you. We're so good. I think next 6,
Melissa,
7.
will you share those?
Yeah, sure will.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. Good luck. Appreciate it. Go Slicers. Aren't you proud of them? Yeah.
Google it.
And the best news is you don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting.
True story, bowling was the only A I got in college.
Well, and since you went to IU, they had to wait till your senior year, so.
Says the guy with no national championships.
Got to take my shots when they come.
There's one half.
Chief Drangmeister of our police department has been making great strides in his leadership. We love the team that's being developed and that's there. And Chief, if you want to come forward with some police awards.
Hello, council. Thanks for seeing me tonight. When I first started, I tasked my captains to point out, nominate some hardworking officers on their shifts that show positive attitudes and hard work. I wanted to showcase them tonight. Well, I also have a couple other awards. I'm going to read what the captain said about them as I hand it to them. Let's see. I'm going to start with the on-duty shift, so just in case they get something big they want to call. DeWicki, are you here? Yep. All right. Mr. DeWicki, I'm going to read you what Captain Blake said about you. I would like to recognize Officer Ryan DeWicki as the recipient of the Captain's Award for afternoon shift. Ryan comes to work every single day with a positive attitude and a pleasant disposition. He is a team player and is always willing to jump in and help another officer. Ryan sets an example, an excellent example for others to follow, and does what he can to create a team atmosphere on the shift. Although he has only been on the department for a couple of years, Ryan has quickly become proficient at performing his job. As a shift's leader, I have come to count on Ryan to get the job done and get it done right. In addition to his daily work performance and temperament, he has displayed dedication to the police department by volunteering to serve on the SWAT team and recently volunteered to become a FTO officer, both of which are in addition to his daily work responsibilities. For that reason, he nominates Officer Ryan DeWicki.
And
will say-
please stick around up front so we can get a photo after.
I will say Ryan's one of the ones you can always count on to catch a smile. It doesn't matter. He's always in a positive attitude. It's great. And he's a big guy that you don't want to make mad. Cager? Okay, Cager was nominated by Captain Justin Dyer. All right, I'm going to read to you what he wrote. I am writing to recommend Specialist Cager for the Captain's Award. Specialist Cager consistently demonstrates an outstanding work ethic and maintains a positive professional attitude throughout each shift. Specialist Cager remains highly active while on duty. He's probably one of the leading traffic stop guys we have out there, just throwing that in. Proactively making traffic stops and addressing ordinance violations. He takes the initiative in his responsibilities and approaches his work with efficiency and reliability, contributing positively to overall patrol operations. In addition to his regular duties, Specialist Cager has taken on an added responsibility as serving as a field training officer. In this role, he has shown leadership, patience, and commitment to the development of newer officers. His willingness to mentor others reflects both in his professionalism and dedication to the department. Specialist Cager, consistent performance, positive attitude, and readiness to take on additional responsibilities make him a strong candidate for the Captain's Award. He is an asset to the department and deserving of this recognition. Specialist Cager. I'll also say he's part of the SWAT team, so far we got 2 of these guys, and they have been utilized, the SWAT has been utilized at a record as of lately, and they always come through and get positive outcome.
And may I add, we had a little small incident here at City Hall, and Tristan was waiting there and just waiting for the go sign, and trust me, he was itching, he was ready, so we appreciate that.
Okay. Mr. Dylan Barton. Okay. Captain Che Ullman, Chief of Detectives, nominated Dylan Barton. I am honored to nominate Detective Dylan Barton for the Captain's Award. Detective Barton consistently reports to work with a positive attitude and professional mindset that reflects his dedication to the mission of the Bureau. Detective Barton is a dependable and highly committed member of the Bureau who can always be relied upon to assist wherever needed. He willingly sets aside his own tasks to support Bureau operations, including drafting search warrants, assisting with warrant executions, processing crime scenes, and collecting evidence. His willingness to help ensures the investigations move forward efficiently and effectively. In addition, Barton diligently follows up on all potential leads and consistently demonstrates strong analytical and problem-solving skills. His attention to detail and commitment throughout the investigation work make him a significant asset to the LaPorte City Police Department. Detective Dylan Barton. I'll also say he's one that you just call, he's here. No questions asked, helps, he lives in the city, but he usually responds within 5 minutes.
Yes.
All right, the last one I have is Mr. Fluhoff. Dalton, do you want to step up here? Captain Victor Splix nominated Dalton Fluhoff. Both Dalton and Barton just received corporal status just as of a few weeks or days ago, so congratulations to them both on that. It is with great pride and sincere appreciation that I nominate Specialist Dalton Fluhoff for the Captain's Award. This recognition is awarded to an individual whose dedication, strong work ethics, and positive attitude exceeds expectations. Throughout the last 6 months, you have demonstrated exceptional commitment to duty, integrity, your actions, and unwavering dedication to the safety and well-being of the community you serve. Your proactive approach, judgment, and willingness to go above and beyond have made a significant and lasting impact on both the department and the public. In addition to your outstanding performance, you have shown leadership, teamwork, and compassion that reflect the highest standards of the LaPorte City Police Department. Your conduct and work ethic serve as a model for your peers and reinforce the value and mission of our department. I am grateful for your service and proud to recognize you. Congratulations on being the recipient of the Captain's Award. So as you remember, we did this just 6 months ago for the first 6 months. And out of the first recipients and this one, it was Assistant Chief Jim Ferguson's and my decision to pick out of those group the Officer of the Year. As soon as I get organized, I would like to present that to Mr. Dalton Fluhoff, Officer of the Year. Cute little stand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And can I also add just the tech interest that Dalton has with drones and, way to keep officers safe by using drones instead of chasing individual suspects through the woods and through areas that I saw as he shared with me, kind of the opportunity that drones and other technology present.
See Pittman in the background? Wait, Pittman. That's the only gentleman that's not up here that's part of the SWAT team. Every single one of these guys are part of the SWAT team, and they're vital to our department. They're our department's heroes, if basically need to say that. Sergeant Leinhardt, I'm going to invite you up here to go over this. Sergeant Lionheart made some nominations for and awards, and I wanted to afford him with the opportunity.
Yeah. You got the written parts in here as well?
Yes, sir.
It's my honor to present 2 awards tonight to members of my shift. I would like to read the recommendation letters that I gave corresponding. So first, I'd like to invite, is Hammonds here? Oh, there he is. Come on up here. To the Chief of Police and members of the award committee, I, Sergeant Josh Lenhart of the City of LaPorte Police Department, proudly write this letter of recommendation to you all in order to share in the meritorious actions of one of the members of my own shift. On November 21st of 2025, at approximately 11:13 hours, Officer Devin Hammonds Flanagan was off duty when he responded to an active 911 call in which a male patient in his 60s was choking. Upon his arrival, Officer Hammonds encountered the patient and began to render aid. Officer Hammonds dislodged by hand the food portion obstructing the patient's airway. Once it was determined the patient's needs exceeded more respiratory assistance, Officer Hammonds and an off-duty firefighter worked together in performing CPR while monitoring an AED. Medics were delayed in response, so Officer Hammonds continued rendering aid for approximately 15 minutes while providing updates to dispatch via his portable radio. These efforts, especially when unexpected in off-duty hours, are strenuous and require an immediate focus that demonstrates the need for an officer's strong mental acuity at a moment's notice. For these reasons, I commend Officer Hammonds in his performance of duty that is clearly above that which is normally expected, and brought credit to both the department and community in which he serves. I humbly request and now grant, after the review of this letter and the attached supporting documents, in consideration of bestowing Officer Devin Hammonds Flanagan with a Commendation Award. Next, we'd have Officer Brandon Pittman. Again, if you'd allow me to read the letter of recommendation. To the Chief of Police and members of the award committee, I, Sergeant Josh Lenhart of the City of LaPorte Police Department, proudly write this letter of recommendation to you all in order to share in the meritorious actions of one of the members of my own shift. On November 2nd of 2025, at approximately 18:25 hours, Officer Brandon Pittman was on duty when he responded to an active 911 call in the area of Fail Road and State Road 2 in LaPorte, Indiana, where a female juvenile had reported that she was going to commit suicide by jumping from the bridge onto the train tracks. Upon his arrival, Officer Pittman met with other first responders on the overpass of Fail Road, with the juvenile sitting on the concrete edge overlooking the railroad. Officer Pittman tactically moved into a position to observe the juvenile while considering both the effects of adding tension by being too close and the inability to act by being too far removed. Officer Pittman also recognized the activity of a train approaching far off from the west and notified his supervisor to call for the railroad traffic to be halted. The train continued towards the overpass without slowing, and Officer Pittman observed the juvenile sliding herself more and more off the ledge. Knowing that verbal de-escalation was not working with the juvenile and the train would soon be passing under her, as she stated was her intended method of harming herself, Officer Pittman rushed forward and pulled the juvenile backwards onto the overpass. Officer Pittman continued maintaining control of the juvenile until she was secured in a patrol car and taken for emergency detention at the hospital. It is without a doubt that the juvenile, who had been unwilling to converse with police, was moments from irreparable harm if it had not been for the intervention of Officer Pittman. For these reasons, I commend Officer Pittman in his performance of a physical act to aid in the preservation of human life, where the victim was in immediate danger of succumbing to an injury unless some action was taken. I humbly request and now proudly grant, after the review of this letter and attached supporting documents, the consideration of bestowing Officer Brandon Pittman with a life-saving award.
Thank you, Josh, and I hope I know everybody on the council recognizes these are not everyday duties, and what you've done go above and beyond to put yourself at risk, and we do thank you all, and the ones sitting in the crowd as well and here. Thank you all for what you do on a daily basis. Chief, could you recognize the merit? We got a couple merit board members here, and then we're going to take a photo of everybody.
Absolutely. Present with us tonight is President Mike Kellums of the Merit Commission, along with Secretary Brian Shalik. Vice President Ben Anderson wasn't able to make it. He reached out to me and wanted to be here.
Gents, come on around here. Chief, anybody else besides yourself?
They want you guys up here. I'll take it. I'll send you. Anybody else? Come on. Stand behind everybody.
Council, come on. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So now you're gonna do the proclamation.
Yes. I would also like to acknowledge Daniel Streeter that's in the room here. The LaPorte County Council nominated him onto the ATC board, and when it comes to those high standards that we have through police, a combination with the licenses going on at our bars, and, you know, when we have gun brandishing going on in our bars, it's unacceptable, and we're going to keep our community safe, especially when individuals are coming from South Chicago, Michigan City. They're not getting here by accident, and it's going to take a joint effort between our police as well as the ATC to regulate that license, evaluate that license, because we are law and order in LaPorte, and we don't tolerate the brandishing of weapons of any type at any bar here. So thank you for accepting that position, Mr. Streeter. We will now move. It is American Heart Month, and that is something that's very close to the heart of our very own Julie West, and Julie has a proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. The City of LaPorte.
Microphone.
Mike. Thanks. Thank you, Mayor. From the City of LaPorte, Indiana, I have a proclamation, whereas cardiac arrest is a leading cause of death worldwide, and each year more than 350,000 cardiac arrests occur outside of hospitals in the United States, with approximately 10% of people surviving. And whereas about 70% of the out-of-hospital cardiac arrests occur at home, meaning that people nearby, often family members, are the first and most critical link in the chain of survival. And whereas immediate resuscitation can double or even triple a person's chance of survival. Yet only about 41% of people who experience cardiac arrest receive immediate CPR from someone nearby, and fewer than 12% receive aid from an automatic external defibrillator before advanced help arrives. And whereas for adults and teens, hands-only CPR, calling 911, and pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest can double or triple the chance of survival, while infants and children require CPR with rescue breaths to restore oxygen and circulation. And whereas each year more than 23,000 children experience cardiac arrest outside of the hospital, with almost 40% related to sports and early 20% occurring among infants. Cardiac arrest accounts for 10 to 15% of sudden unexpected infant deaths. And whereas Indiana requires each K through 12 school to have an AED and a cardiac emergency response plan for all venues and extracurricular activities, increasing the chance of survival by 70%. And whereas studies show that women are less likely than men to receive CPR before advanced help arrives due to fear of causing harm, perceived legal risk, or discomfort about physical contact. factors that must be addressed through education and awareness. Whereas the American Heart Association has set a goal to double the survival from out-of-hospital cardiac arrest by 2030 through its Nation of Lifesavers initiative, empowering people everywhere to confidently perform CPR and use AEDs. And whereas straightforward, community-based solutions such as CPR and AED education, public access to defibrillators and cardiac emergency response plans in schools, workplaces, and public places can save lives and strengthen community readiness. Now therefore, I, Councilwoman Julie West, do hereby proclaim February of 2026 to be American Heart Month in LaPorte and urge all residents to learn CPR, promote awareness of cardiac arrest and emergency response, and join the effort to build a nation of lifesavers, ensuring that every person everywhere is prepared to act in a cardiac emergency. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and the Great Seal of the City of LaPorte, State of Indiana, this second day of February 2026.
Any additional comments?
Well, I am just thrilled to be a part of a community where we have so many caring individuals and organizations who see the importance of these AEDs, having them readily available. Our Health Foundation just took on a huge initiative to help make our community a heart-safe designated community, which we are all in safer hands because that awareness and education is getting out there and how important it is to not only learn CPR, but also understand that AEDs can be used by anyone. An elementary student can grab an AED and use that. So it's just the awareness and education piece that has been so important. And I am so grateful for all the support we have received from so many people and so many organizations here in LaPorte County and outside of LaPorte County. So I'm grateful for that. More lives will be saved because of it.
Thank you. As well, before we move on, one other topic of discussion, and I know our council's been very frustrated with the current utility bills, energy bills through NIPSCO. We want the public to be aware. Personally, I've been in touch with the IURC, a couple new members. Bob Dyke, who I served with in the legislature, is a new IURC member. Need to make him aware and working with them with the frustrations of we have to protect our residents. And I've been in conversation with our representatives on both the Republican and the Democrat side. And again, this is a tough time right now. And to see these type of increased bills is very frustrating. And the IURC, who's really the only group or board that can approve or deny these increases, we have to get their attention that we have to look out for residents, and we can't bill people out of their homes and away so they can't afford groceries and so forth for their energy, and something has to change. And so we are working from every level. We've offered NIPSCO to come here. We will work with them so they understand the frustration we're all hearing from residents. We know energy is important and it's necessary to have our lights on and so forth, but we have to protect our residents, especially those in the lowest income and seniors, but everyday families that are struggling that can't afford the continual increases. And I think Representative Konechny has been very frustrated from the phone calls and everything you're hearing.
Yes, so energy is a basic need that we all have, and it doesn't discriminate against race, gender, age, sexuality. It's a need, not a want. Very little relief has been provided to the consumer, everybody sitting here in this room. There's just a few resources that I'd like to bring to everybody's attention. This is public knowledge, but the more that we get that out there for those that truly can't afford to make these bills, and I think majority of us are in that, but like truly have to choose food on the table, clothing for their children, or gas in their car. So for low-income home energy assistance program, it's through the state. There's a long email address or website address. It's eap.ihcda.in.gov, or the more simplistic way to go is call 211. Please keep in mind, there is a deadline for applications, and that's April 14th of 2016. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Time, so 4 p.m. our time by April 14th, 2026. NIPSCO also has a discount program. I don't know too much about that, but the same deadline as well. They do work with those with hardships. Nobody wants to hear this, but the way to call and check on available resources via NIPSCO would be to call. And that number is 1-800-4-NIPSCO, but I'm going to break it down because that's annoying as well. So that's 1-800-464-7726. They have people manning the phones Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sure that it's not a quick fix, it's not an easy fix. There's multiple layers to go through, but the sooner you can call, at least you'll be in the order in which the calls are received or the requests are received and granted. So the council as a whole, and I will speak for you folks, normally I won't, but I believe there is a general consensus here that something's got to give. And with the mayor and his past background in politics, hoping that he can bug a few more ears than us common folk can. So, folks, it's heard, we're all feeling the squeeze, trying to find some relief.
Thank you. And again, we haven't focused on social media. We focused on trying to solve the problem, both short-term and long-term, from President Trump, who we've reached out to, who has said, 50% of energy bills will be reduced when he took office in 2025, and see how we can help move that along, as well as the state, as well as the IURC, every possible area, Republican or Democrat, does not matter. All we want to do is fight for our residents and make sure people know these bills have finally reached that level that people can't afford. So we're going to continue to fight for it. Any other comment? Public comment. I do not have any public comment cards. Is there anything online?
Couple compliments to our officers. Tony McClintock, congratulations to all. Rhonda, Voorhees, thank you for your service. So,
Anything? You can share all. We know we get a whole,
it's just other people liking it, that's all.
okay. Let's move on to standing committee reports. Council President Frankie.
Redevelopment Commission met on January 28th, last Wednesday, here in council chambers. Aaron Oni, who is the Assistant Superintendent of Operations for the School Corp, was introduced as their liaison to the Redevelopment Commission for 2026. Contract with Newby, Lewis, Kaminsky, and Jones was approved for their legal services for this year. Approval was given to request bids for the Boyd Boulevard Stormwater Project pending EDA approval. Lockmuller was approved to oversee the construction project. Cost of their construction inspection services is not to exceed $200,000. Approval is given to do final brownfield environmental inspections, which includes 6 borings on the Pin Fusion site. The last step was approved with the cost not to exceed $10,000, and approval to hire Ice Miller to review the testing and submit the results to the state brownfield people was given, and that cost is also not to exceed $10,000. That's all I have.
And the winner of the most recent inappropriate trivia, and Councilwoman Lauren Huffman.
Thank you. There's a lot of sports questions, and I have my brother on my team, so that's really how we won. The only thing I have is the Sustainability Commission will be meeting Tuesday, February 10th at 4 p.m. in council chambers.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Traffic Commission meets tomorrow, February 3rd, 5 p.m. at the police station. And then Park Board will have their next meeting on Wednesday, February 18th, 4 p.m. at the park office.
Councilman Galloway, and I know you wanted to acknowledge a real hero, Jeff Dunk.
Is it Jeff Dunk Day tomorrow? Are we closing down City Hall?
For what he did, we should.
Okay. Police Merit Commission met on the 13th of January. They have 5 conditional appointees, and they were waiting on perf last time I heard. And that gives them up to 40. Is that 47 or 48? 48 officers. And Pat Hinkle retired after 33 years.
And if you remember, when we first took office in 2020, 48 was a number that was high in hope.
I think we were down to 30-some at one time.
Correct. And you all made a commitment to increase law and order in the community, and you all should be recognized for that. Julie West, Councilwoman.
Fire Merit Commission update, Elijah Poulos was promoted to the rank of captain, and the new promotional list was certified, which will be in effect from February 1st, 2026 through January 31st, 2028, and their next meeting will be this Wednesday, February 4th at 6:30 at the Fire Station Number 1 on 18th Street, and then here soon I will report on committee appointments.
Councilman Buchanan.
The Historic Preservation Commission met January 27th. The commission officers were reappointed for another year and welcomed some new members. Goals to promote education outreach were discussed. The Plan Commission has a scheduled meeting Tuesday, February 10th at 6 p.m. here in council chambers.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Tonight, I'm here to report on the Airport Authority. So the last meeting in January was a recap of the year of 2025. It was another great year at the airport, from aviation camp to the lunch on the flies that are the fourth Friday of every month in seasonable weather. The airfare, Scareport, you name it. The marketing and outreach has been phenomenal, and then the day-to-day operations have been fine-tuned as well. The airport continues to work on the runway reorientation and master plan. That's many years in the making with their consultants, Woolpert, in conjunction with FAA review and approval. They're getting closer, but again, it's one day at a time. Fuel sales for 2025 surpassed that of 2024 by 1,000 gallons more of jet fuel. So that's a great source of revenue for the airport. They have a great plan for the year to continue to grow, develop, and then make that outreach with the community. Their next meeting will be next Wednesday at 5:15 at the airport, and all public is welcome to come. End of report.
Thank you. Public hearing and introduction of an ordinance. Council President Frankie.
Your Honor, I move to introduce an ordinance read in its entirety minus the legal description of the land for the first time.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Council President Frankie.
An ordinance to vacate a cul-de-sac located on Walton Avenue and Orchard Home subdivision in the city of LaPorte, Indiana. Whereas the petitioner, Eric Kruger, having filed a petition with the Common Council of the city of LaPorte, Indiana for the vacation of a curved cul-de-sac located on Walton Avenue and Orchard Home subdivision in the city of LaPorte, Indiana. And whereas petitioner is the owner of the land which abuts the public way, and whereas property owners of land adjoining and abutting lots have been served with notice of a public hearing pursuant to Indiana statute, and whereas notice of the public hearing on the ordinance was published in the LaPorte Herald-Argus at least 10 days prior to the public hearing, and whereas a public hearing was held on, are we doing that today? Today, February 2nd, 2026, in the chambers at LaPorte City Hall, located at 801 Michigan Ave, LaPorte, Indiana, at which hearing all interested parties were given the opportunity to present their view for and against the granting of the vacation and pursuant to ordinance number which will be determined, and whereas the council has determined that the vacation of the street should be granted. Being duly advised in the premises, the City Council of the City of LaPorte County, Indiana makes and approves the following findings. Number one, that there are no property owners whose property will be adversely affected by the public ways to be vacated. Number two, the vacation will not hinder the growth or development of the city of LaPorte. Number 3, the vacation will not make access to the land of any party by means of public way difficult or inconvenient. Number 4, the vacation will not hinder the public access to church, school, public building, or place. Number 5, the vacation will not hinder the use of any public way. Number 6, the vacation requested by the petitioner is in the best interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of LaPorte. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of LaPorte, LaPorte County, Indiana, as follows. Section 1, that the following described real property is hereby subject to retention of existing utility easements and any new easements for utility easements for NIPSCO and the City of LaPorte vacated. Legal description I am skipping. Section 2, the clerk treasurer of the City of LaPorte is requested and directed to record this ordinance in the office of the recorder of LaPorte County, Indiana, and also to present this ordinance to the LaPorte County auditor. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, adoption, and publication as required by law. End of ordinance.
So this is an ordinance and will not pass this evening, but will move to the February 17th. We do have a public hearing today to anybody, and Mr. Kruger is here this evening. And yes, and we will open up for public hearing for anybody here in the public that would like to speak for or against this. Is there anybody from the public that would like to speak on this?
Would you like to,
This was advertised.
it was advertised in the Herald Dispatch on January 20th, 2026.
And I think we've all would like Mr. Kruger to come forward and say a couple words. I will now close the public hearing. Come on forward. Eric, thank you, and the land looks great.
Welcome, thank you. Here's a copy of the tentative layout of the, what I plan to do with the property. One's with a layout and one is without our overview. Oh, no, well, it's different. This shows the lots. Would you like one?
Sure. Thanks.
Eric, thank you. Courtney and I can share it.
Thank you.
So that's, this is just a preliminary layout of the land.
Thank you.
There's 27 residential lots that meet all the requirements for the R1B zoning, which is 70 foot of frontage and 10,000 square feet. My plan is to do it in phases, start on Walton Avenue, and then, because those lots are ready to build on as we speak. There's nothing stopping that. As soon as it's legally divided, and then move my way around, and then eventually put in a road with a cul-de-sac to make, or use all the property that's available, so.
And how many total?
27,
27.
yeah, because there's 4 across the street too on Indiana and Marion,
Are you the builder?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Just to be clear, the only thing obviously being reviewed right now is this
Yeah,
vacation of this,
that's-
what would have been a cul-de-sac that never got built on
Yeah,
Walton.
yeah, that was put in the 30s or 40s, and the city never installed it. Yep.
Comments from the council? Questions?
He did come to Traffic Commission in November, so it did go through us. And basically what it is it's the old Bernacki property, right?
Correct.
Brian's property. And there's just this little, I put this on everybody's desk, it's just this little blurb in here that
That we're talking about tonight, basically.
it'll just straighten out his property.
And that blur is green space right now. So
It's been grass since
Yeah.
I've.
Yeah.
there's
since I
nothing
was
visually to
born.
see as
Yes.
far as the cul-de-sac.
Nothing's changing,
But
nothing's.
it is a yellow line on Beacon.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Thanks,
It's
Tim.
been grass since I was born, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
And
just
if-
kind of cleans up the property line.
If this is approved, your goal to build number one is
Number one, is
this year?
start in April.
Excellent.
Yeah, is the goal. If everything gets done by then, yes, absolutely.
You'll have to come to Plan Commission.
Yeah,
There's some things you'll
absolutely.
have to-
There's
yep.
some things that have to be done, but everything's in in motion to do that.
Further
We had to-
comment?
Everybody that lived in that area had to drive down Fox Street and see all the work you were doing. It looks really.
Looks
really
great.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, even if you didn't live in the area, you see it now with the Indiana reconstruction. So the rest of us townies saw it too. Yes. Thank you.
It's a huge transformation, so, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This will now move on to the 17th of February, which is a Tuesday, because Monday is
Wednesday.
President's Day. Introduction of a resolution to transfer funds within the 2026 budget. Councilman Galloway.
Your Honor, I'd like to introduce a resolution and read it for the first and only time.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Councilman Galloway.
Resolution to transfer funds within the 2026 budgets. Whereas there are additional monies needed in certain line items in the 2026 budgets in order to pay for essential services and obligations. Now therefore be it, and it is hereby resolved by the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, that the following transfers be made within the following budgets for the year 2026. CEDAT, Community Development and Planning, 2209-103, from 315 professional services to 111 salaries, $1,000. MVH Restricted, 2203-524, from 451.015 street paving, CCMG local match, to 2431-920, local road and bridge. Matching grant fund, local match, $476,429. Restricted donations, 2300-074, from 910 18th Street Greenway to 811 Slicer Pathway, $22,017.79.
Thank you, sir. This is a resolution can pass this evening. Clerk Treasurer Parthone, I think the MVH restricted is the biggest question.
That's a requirement by the state to move the MVH funds to the restricted to only spend on roads. So that is our local match for our annual CCMG application.
And I'd also like to point out Slicer Pathway is making progress. If you haven't seen, that is excellent for kids to stay out of A Street, walking in the middle of the street, and we're looking forward to the completion of that as well. So with that, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I have anything that would like to be removed from being tabled?
Yes, Your Honor. I move to make a motion. I move to make a motion regarding committee appointments from the table.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman West.
Your Honor, I move to make a motion to appoint members to the Bid Board, Fire Merit Commission, and the Urban Enterprise Zone.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman West.
Thank you. I'm appointing to the Bid Board, which is a 2-year appointment term, the following members effective immediately. Rachel, is it?
Doty.
Doty,
Doty.
thank you very much. Charity, and this is one I can never Thank you.
LAFSA, come on,
Okay,
Julie.
I know, you've asked her many times, I should have caught on, right? Thank you, Charity. Jamie Williams and Jenny Riddle. And then for Fire Merit Commission, which is a 4-year appointment as well, we are reappointing Josh Hewlett. And then for Urban Enterprise Zone, which is also a 4-year appointment, we are reappointing Councilwoman Julie West, Ryan Laux, Colton Phelan, Cassie Q. Basic, and Courtney Dickman.
So you are reappointing yourself.
Yes,
Questions on these?
Congrats on your appointment.
thank you.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Any further public comment?
Nope.
Yeah, not yet.
You're sure?
I was gonna email it.
Kevin Watterson says congratulations.
Excellent. And Kevin wanted to make sure that Griffin at Large was recognized for his 1,000 points scoring as a junior for LaPorte basketball. So congratulations to Griff. And the other things we're working on, Ian Eldridge is jumping right into the street department. We've got work to do, as many of you have recognized, regarding the downtown snow removal. We need to get better. We are getting better, and hopefully you saw this morning, they were out at 4 a.m. starting to take some different approaches. We need it to be friendly to business, ease for business, so people can get in, get out. I know we have the front of the courthouse, which Ms. West is working on, which is not our responsibility, the sidewalk there, but it is like,
It's an obstacle course, I think, or I don't know.
I wish it was only an obstacle course. It's more than that, but hopefully the county is getting that we need to clean that up. Any other comments?
Can I give a shout out to the water department?
Ms. Ficus?
Like another example of why we need new infrastructure. We had a water leak, or water main break, whatever, on our street, and it was supposed to be taken care of last week, but they had, thanks to you, I found out they had trouble with the locates. So the water was coming out. There was probably 18 inches of ice. There was slush, there were ruts. We live on a dead end, so it's hard for everybody to get in and out of there. We were having a little bit of difficulty. They were out there at like 8 o'clock this morning. Mike McCalmont and his crew, like I said, it's a narrow in and out, and with it being busy, they would stop what they were doing so that, like, make it convenient for us so that none of us, were late for work or late for appointments or whatever, and then get back to what they were doing. And then they went so far as to get all of the ice off the road because people's cars were bottoming out and like having terrible issues. So I think that they went above and beyond. So I just want to say thanks to the water department.
And thank you for taking all the complaints for us, because, we also had a leak on Indiana Ave, to your point, that old infrastructure, especially in the cold, it's difficult, and the team's out there, and on Friday, they were hoping to complete that, but due to the equipment in the cold and to the lack of a locate by a firm, was not able to be done, so they're working hard, and it's been a tough winter on everybody. Further comment? Anything on the winning question you want to share, Ms. Huffman?
There was a winning question.
I will share on that. I'm on the board for Big Comedy, and
I'm fearful that you're going to say a question that we don't want to hear.
no, but I hope nobody ever checks my Google search history. But in one night, we raised a little over $23,000. That was the gross, netted around $19,500. We have never kept a dime of that money. In fact, a lot of us put our own money into these events. All of it stays local to local charities, so I'm proud of our board.
That's excellent.
Thanks to the community.
Thank you. And the board members?
Oh, putting me on the spot. Ben Conowitz, Jimmy Pressel, Brad Oman, Charlie Young, Aaron Gakel, and I'm sure there are others that are just as good of human beings. That I miss.
Thank you. Motion to approve? Or I'm sorry, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Everyone have a safe evening.